Hello, boys and girls. We're going to show you how to code the boat to move to the different locations today. So the first thing that you want to do is make sure that you go to your backdrops and you have the backdrops in the order that you want. So if they're in the wrong order, you can move them around and drag them around. So after you have them in the right order, what we're going to do is on the boat, I'm going to drag it to where I want it to be. And I'm going to give it its starting go to position. So I'm going to give it a starting go to position, and I look right here, and that'll give you that number. And if it's not the same over here, then you can type it. Okay, once you give it the starting position, then you are going to set it that you want it to be in front of the wave. So you're going to come up here and you're going to say go to front. Once you're on go to front, then you're going to give it that starting position. So then I have go to the front, the starting position. Now I'm going to drag the boat over here so I know kind of where I want it to end. So I'm going to say glide, and then I'm going to type in that new position if it doesn't populate for you. Okay, so I'm going to start on this sunset background. So I'm going to click back here, and I'm going to start on the sunset background. So I'm going to come over here to the sunset background, and I'm going to say switch background and change it with that little caret to sunset. Now, I want it to glide to this new position. But if it hits the edge, this is where we're going to use a conditional, that if-then statement. So I'm going to say if, and then under my sensing, if touching the edge, I want it to go back to the beginning. That same XY position we started with. And then not only do I want it to do that, but now I want it to switch to the next, not costume, the next backdrop. Okay, so now when I click the flag, and if I click this, it's going to glide, and if it touches, it goes over here. Now, how many times do I want to repeat this? Well, I had one background that I start on, and then I have 3 additional backgrounds. So I'm going to repeat this 3 times in order to get to the island. So I'm going to come over here, and in my controls, I'm going to tell it to repeat 3 times. So now let's see what that looks like. So now I click here, it comes over, but he's going really fast, and they're going to stop and talk at each one. And so their talking may take a little bit of time. So let's slow that down to about 5 seconds. So glide 5 seconds. So then as they're gliding, they're going to be able to talk back and forth to each other. So you're noticing that it's going to this new spot. If it hits the edge, then it goes back to the next spot. Okay, and that is how you are going to code the boat. So the tricky part about this one is, as you are remembering, 1, put your backdrops in the order that you want them. 2, make sure that you give it a starting position. So make sure that you give it this starting position, and then you move your boat and glide it to the position that you want to. And then you'll go back to the starting position, and then you'll switch your backdrops. And how many ever backdrops you have, you'll repeat it 1 less time than the back.